I'll do what I do.
Asians are some of the meanest and nastiest people
And the reason is because some of these parents are the meanest and nastiest people to their children.
I've ever had the displeasure of working with. But the
Right.
ones whose kids visit often, those are usually the sweet ones. The parents who are loving and kind and
The parents who the children visit, when children go visit the parent, they were sweet and lovable to their children, nurturing.
supportive of their children. And what's ironic is the mean, hateful, angry elderly ones whose kids never visit them, they are just baffled as to why their kids don't visit. They just can't seem to comprehend why their kids wouldn't want to be around them.
So somebody type Mother Africa in the chat room.
Because to them, they can't even fathom the possibility that they are shitty people.
Somebody type Mother Africa in the chat room. Somebody type FBA in the chat room.
It must be something that's wrong with their children.
Must be. They're lazy. Somebody type lazy, ungrateful, disrespectful. They don't know their heritage. Must be something wrong with the kids, right?
Not them. So, if you find
There's nothing wrong with how Mother Africa treated its foundational Black American children that it sold to these European slavers for a drumhead full of liquor and tobacco. No, couldn't be that.
yourself at the end of your life and your kids want nothing to do with you,
Now, of course, you know, back in 1983, they sent 1,000 boats to all the docks along the East Coast to send us back home. Did y'all hear about that during Black History Month? In 1983, they had all them boats lined up on the East, and none of us went back. Of course, and then they sent some planes right before COVID-19 to take us all back. Mother Africa did that for us, right? Yeah.
chances are you're a shitty person and you were a shitty parent. And that's why they don't talk to you.
And that's why get this barbecue grill ready and heat it up, baby. Let's go on here and barbecue a little bit. So that being the case, family and friends, you know, for decades, if not, I mean, at least decade, at least down there, it's half a century. Since these first new wave of Africans start coming to the United States of America, back in 1965, I'll talk about that, the 1965 immigration law. It lifted a ban on immigration from countries where people of color, where Africans, Asians, and Latinos were coming from. Okay? That would be African continent, South America, Central America, Asia. Since then, we've been trying to help our brothers and sisters from the motherland understand the special situation that Black Americans are in. Shout out to Larry P. Unfortunately, they don't identify as Black first, and we know that. They identify with their own country first. They identify with their tribe. They identify when they come here as immigrants. Their identity structure is not built on Black unity. Whereas FBA is a foundation of Black Americans because they're a relatively small number of us. We identify as Black primarily. Okay, it's not based on what state you're from. It's not based on whether you grew up in the hood or whether you grew up in the country. Shout out to all my country people. Doesn't matter what region you from, East Coast, West Coast, down South, Midwest. It's always been about Black first, or primarily Black. That's it. That's what we identify. Light skin, dark skin, don't matter. When push comes to shove, we all Black. Rich, poor, we all Black. You understand me? It's what brings us together. Our race that's been foisted upon us. And that's something that will not change. Not as long as we're dealing with this and we have this threat of imminent violence. We have to identify as race first. Now, for years, Black Americans have tried to explain this to Africans who wanted to try to survive in this country, and they would, we wanted them on the same page. Same page as us, but instead, and that's what we thought when we fought to get that 1965 Immigration Act passed. But instead of listening, they dismissed us. They called us victims. They said we had a victim mentality. They said white people had been nice to them. And the truth is, white people have been nice to them, but for a reason. Because many Africans were getting jobs, not because they were more qualified, but because they were more compliant. They could be easily manipulated in the workplace, made to do things that foundational Black Americans were like, oh hell no, I'm not going to do that. I'm never going to accept that. Africans had to work hard in those jobs, because if they don't, not only do they get fired, but they also risk the chance of deportation. See, there are visa requirements that force them into submission. As long as they work, they can stay. As long as they stay in school, they can stay. But the minute they step out of line, the minute they don't follow the rules, they're out of here, going back. Okay? And this isn't, I'm not trying to take away from the success of Africans who come here and made something for themselves. We are generally, as African people, whatever continent you on, we are brilliant people. Some of the most amazing people I've ever met have been Africans, Nigerians. Some of my best friends are from the African continent. Love them. Brilliant, beautiful people on an individual basis, on a one-on-one basis. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Let's not confuse the group with the individual. Some of you all are Africans right here, and you like, man, I love my foundational Black American brothers. We love you too on an individual basis, but we're talking about governments and groups. Because as a group, you're being targeted to get sent home or sent to Panama. See? Now, that being the case, most Africans, they know they can't speak up against racism. They can't speak up against bigotry. They can't speak up against prejudice or microaggression. They have to ignore it. And kudos to them, okay? Foundational Black Americans, we have learned a long time ago that when you're dealing with white folks, if you let them give them an inch, they'll take 100 miles on you. And the next thing you know, we all back in the cotton field, picking cotton bent over from sun up to sundown. So we've learned to push back, okay? And that's part of our culture. And so when we see y'all over there acting like nocturnal animals rummaging through the garbage, nocturnal omnivorous animals rummaging through the garbage, we know that you're off code and you're not holding the line. Now, the other thing is, if you think that these ICE raids aren't targeted, you're a fool. Okay? They're not deporting Ukrainians. They are not deporting the Scottish. It's Canadians walking around right now like, I'm good. They even got a bunch of white folks on the internet saying they're not targeting me. I'm good. Okay? But guess who's getting sent back? Africans, Latinos, and Asians.
Party going on, we all looking at Dennis. Spurling and subscribe, it only take you a minute. Hit the cash app, super chat, be a penny. One is real good, but 20 more can be plenty. Blizzard King pay a visit, big blast my witness. Appreciate the love, that's Black men doing business. Stand up, father and brother, lawyer is he. Hall of Fame game, he's known as Uncle D. Tell it just like B, representing for we. We know time is money, you learning and pay a fee. Know it's cold outside, but the podcast hot. Giving you a feeling that these others ain't got. Say it's cold outside, but the podcast hot. Giving you a feeling that these others ain't got. You know that the blizzard come through. Bundle up for the winter, know this hit. Darren Hay watch views. Hit the light, you know that the blizzard come through. Bundle up for the winter, know this hit. Darren Hay watch views. Hit the light, hit the light.
We still look at all the beautiful music that we've created. That's what's on the inside of us. We are wonderful people.